medicines out of the earth.
Now it said God has created medicines out of the earth. We know that medicine comes from the earth. We know that marijuana comes from the earth. We know that tobacco comes from the earth. But just like everything else in God's creation, it can be abused. It can be misused. Everything that God created, every plant comes from the earth. Poison ivy comes from the earth. Do I see anybody rubbing poison ivy against their cheek? So does poison oak. You can abuse it. Now, poison ivy may serve some purpose. It may even serve a medicinal purpose. I don't know. But if you rub it up against your skin, it's going to make your skin irritate. That's why it's called poison. Poison means something that hurts or kills. But finish reading.
And he that is wise will not abhor them.
It said the Lord created medicine out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor, which means hate them. That's why I was saying you got some people, I'm not going to take that medication. I'm waiting on the Lord to heal me. You got a lot of elderly people. They don't want to take their medication. I hate taking my medicine. I don't want to take that medicine. I don't like the way it tastes. And they know it's helping them. They are fools. Because it says he that is wise will not hate it. You're supposed to hate your medicine. It's healing you. But you got a lot of foolish people around here. Go ahead and read.
Was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? And he hath given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous work.
It said God hath given men skill that he may be honored. God may be honored in his marvelous work. God is the one that bestowed wisdom on men so they can understand the anatomy of the body and how it functions and all these other discoveries, and gave them wisdom to invent machines that let them see the inside of the body. God has given men that. This is not something that men contrived on their own. But go ahead and read.
With such does he heal men, and taketh away their pain.
With the skill that he has shown men in understanding how the body works and using the medicines that God put in the earth, he heals men and takes away their pain. He used men to do this. See, everybody has gotten so arrogant that they cannot use God's messengers or vessels. No, they got to talk to God directly himself. When was the last time God ever talked directly to you or did something in the person for you? If you're honest, the answer is 99.9% never. So don't even sit up there and kid yourself. People say, well, I'm going to wait on the Lord. I got a bill to pay. I'm going to wait on the Lord. I don't heard people say that before. And then they'll come across some money through some type of typical means to say the Lord has provided. Wait a minute. If you're going to wait on the Lord, why don't you literally wait on the Lord? Why don't you wait for him to come down from heaven and put some cash in your hand? But you don't look at it that way when it comes to that. But when it comes to healing your body, you wait on the Lord to make some type of divine intervention. It's not always work that way. God can have somebody create a cure for a disease you haven't, and you go and you get that cure. That's the way God works most of the time. I'm not saying he never will get divine, but in most situations, that's how God works. But let's move on. Let's go to Jasher, chapter 2 and verse 15. We're going to the book of Jasher. And we're going to take a look at an early case of drug abuse. And this actually involves something that a lot of women are doing today, and that is birth control. I'm not talking about condoms. I'm talking about something you actually put in your body, something you actually take and ingest. See, there's nothing new under the sun. What's been going on now, people, ain't no birth control back then. Yes, it was birth control back then. There's nothing new under the sun. The methods and means by which they did it may have been primitive by today's standards, but they were still doing it. Jasher 2 and verse 17. Go ahead and read.
And Lamech, the son of Methuselah, became related to Canaan by marriage. And he took his 2 daughters for his wives. And Adah conceived and bare a son to Lamech. And she called his name Jabal.
Now this is during the days of Noah. This is before the flood even came. So you know this is very old. Go ahead.
And she again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Jubal. And Zillah, her sister, was barren in those days and had no offspring.
So this woman named Zillah was barren. She could not have any children. Go ahead.
For in those days the sons of men began to trespass against God, and to transgress the commandments which he had commanded to Adam, to be fruitful and multiply in the earth.
It said the men in those days transgressed the commandment that God gave to Adam to be fruitful and multiply in the earth. Now, how did they do that? Did they stop having sex? Be serious, sisters and brothers. You know we ain't gonna stop doing that. So how did they do it? They did it the same way we prevent birth today. It's two ways. It's either abortion or it's birth control. We're going to see which one it was. Go ahead.
And some of the sons of men caused their wives to drink a drop that would render them barren.
It says some of the sons of men caused their wives to drink a draught that would render them barren. In other words, they drank something that prevented them from having children. What is that, sisters and brothers? Birth control. But it's all the way back in the days of Noah. But go ahead and read it.
In order that they might retain their figures, and whereby their beautiful appearance might not fade.
And they did this for a superficial reason. So that the women would not lose their figures after they get pregnant. So you know, a lot of women, when they get pregnant, you know, they gain a little weight and they have to work hard to get their shapes back. But if they never got pregnant in the first place, they wouldn't have to worry about that. The irony of today is a lot of people that take birth control actually end up gaining weight because that's one of the side effects of it. Especially those little shots that they have these young girls taking. They take the shot and the next day, you know, not literally the next day, but you know what I mean. They're big as I don't know what. I've seen and met girls and know girls that is on that shot. And when I met them, they were like 125 and now they're in their near 200s. This is no exaggeration. I have seen what that shot does. If you ever see anybody walking around that's a woman and you know them and you know they were little at one time and all of a sudden they just blow up, they're probably on that shot. Go ahead and read.
And when the sons of men caused some of their wives to drink, Zillah drank with them. And the childbearing women appeared abominable in the sight of their husbands, as widows, whilst their husbands lived, for to the barren ones only they were attached.
Now, if you read this, the sin was that they were not being fruitful and multiplying those days. Not the fact that they actually took this birth control. But I brought you here just to show you that birth control has been going on since as early as the creation of man. But when you take these birth control pills today as women, they mess up your body. All they got to do is just listen to the side effects that it said that it has. Listen to it. May cause internal bleeding, chronic headaches, may induce vomiting, may not be able to sleep at night, may have heavy flowing periods or no periods at all. All of this stuff is associated with taking those birth control pills. And if you have any understanding as a woman, you should know that one thing you don't want to mess with is your monthly cycle. You even got some commercials that even boast that you will not have a menstrual cycle for up to 4 months. Yippee! Don't you understand that a woman having her menstrual cycle is her natural way of purifying herself? That means that you are not having your cycle, your body is not purifying yourself. That's the one thing that women got on men. Women purify themselves every month naturally. All the toxins and stuff in their body, they are purifying themselves during that time period. That's why the Bible calls a woman's cycle her purification period. She is naturally cleaning herself. So what if she's not having the cycle? That means all of that gunk and all of that trash and all that filth is in her bloodstream. That's what it comes out. It's blood. It comes out of the blood. But see, they don't understand that. Then you're going to put something in your body that's going to mess with that and hurt you in the process. Some of them even say, some of these birth controls even say that it is a chance that it could be fatal. You think God wants you to put something in your body that may kill you, that messes with a natural process? See, people don't understand it, but they just pop. I don't have people. I don't even talk to a woman before. I did this class for a woman before. I told her, look, you need to leave them birth control pills alone. She didn't listen. She kept on taking them. A couple of months later, she called me back from the hospital. I said, what happened? She wasn't too proud to admit it. She said, I talked to the doctor, and the doctor said that due to my combination of smoking cigarettes and taking birth control pills, I almost died. This is serious. This stuff is hurting you. And it's a sin if you do it. But let's move on. Let's go to Genesis 30 and verse 14. See, people don't understand this stuff. And you got these elders actually promoting it. Well, what do you mean they're promoting it, Josh? If you see your elder smoking weed, and you think he's a man of God, then you're not going to think anything's wrong with it, and you're